Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I am Cody, I am your host. Today we're going to be answering the question, is FragranceNet legit? This is a question that I get asked constantly over and over again. I've done an earlier video that kind of answered this question, but people still didn't seem to get the hint, so I wanted to create a video solely answering this question. I get asked this question at least 2-3 times every single day, whether it be through people commenting on my videos, sending me messages via social media, even people that I've met at fragrance related events have asked me this question. Hey, is FragranceNet legit? FragranceNet usually sells fragrances for that are pretty cheap as compared to other places, and always people want to know, hey, is this place legit? Is what they're dealing with legit? And this video will go ahead and answer that question. Now, before I actually start in real quick, I wanted to really mention, I don't work for FragranceNet. I don't have any affiliation with them. I have no stake in this. I really don't care. I'm just regurgitating or giving you information that I've picked up over the years regarding fragrances and experiences with FragranceNet. So feel free, leave your experiences down below, even if it's positive, negative, whatever it may be. Help people out, leave information down below in the video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The question, is FragranceNet legit? Right off the bat, yes, they are legit. FragranceNet is a legit company. For the most part, they deal in legit fragrances. One of the things that a lot of people ask when they come at you, is FragranceNet legit? They can have a number of questions in mind, whether it be, is the product real? Are they even going to send you the fragrances for this? How is it that they get these fragrances? How is it that they acquire these fragrances and then sell them for so cheap when they're so expensive elsewhere? Well, that leads me to my second point. That point is, how do they sell it so cheap? Well, FragranceNet is what I consider, and there are a couple of companies outside of even FragranceNet, like Fragrance X, etc., stuff like that, and they're all gray market fragrance dealers. What is the gray market? It's not the black market where these things are illegal, and it's not through retail, which is the normal market or anything like that. What the gray market is, think of them like they're able to acquire these fragrances from other companies or from other distributors who will then give it to them at a reduced price for whatever reason. Now, that reason could be they have a business relationship, so because they order X amount of fragrances and they're able to get rid of X amount of product, the distributor feels free to go ahead and work and deal with them. That's one way. Another way is they may have an actual hookup at one of these stores like Neiman Marcus or Bergdorf Goodman, and these companies want to offload their old product, and the best way to do that without actually selling it through is to get rid of it through these distributors at a high volume price. Obviously they can't tell where it's actually coming from, or it could be that way. Another way could be through less unsavory means. It could be an employee at said store who uses his discount or comes across extra product or extra fragrances and then goes ahead and sells them to this. The bottom line, what I'm saying by gray market, is you don't know where the fragrance is coming from, right? You don't know the origins of it, quite simply. If you speak with a company representative like, I believe, Al or Fragrance Fanatic 1 or Street Sense, as you guys know him, has a video where he speaks to the Creed representative, and the Creed representative pretty much insists that any Creed that's not from one of these authorized retailers is a fake, which is not true. They can be fake, and there's a high probability that they are fake, so do watch out for that. But again, most of the fragrances that you're going to come across when you're coming across FragranceNet are going to be legit. That's not to say that that you're never going to get a fake. Okay, so wipe that out. Now, what do you want to watch out for? I kind of mentioned it already. Some stuff that you want to watch out. Number one, you want to watch out for old product. It's very rare that FragranceNet will come up with the brand new fragrances that are just released, and it's for a reason. Like I said, because they're a gray market, they may not get the most up to date and new stuff right away. Now, they'll get it in time as time goes on, and as as inventory kind of dies down, and especially the fragrances that flop and the fragrances that don't sell as well, you'll find on FragranceNet. Once they've outlived their duration, you'll see them for rock bottom prices, like $10-20, stuff like that. Another thing you want to watch out for is fakes. Now, from what I've gathered, it is very rare that FragranceNet will sell fakes, but there have been reports of some people who have come across fakes. Fake Creeds, for example, have immediately alerted their customer service, and their customer service has been responsive from what I've seen. and has gotten back to them and immediately, given them either a replacement or refunded their money for a fake creed. Now, I suspect it's because of that old adage. You don't want, or especially a company like FragranceNet does not want, the illusion or the the reputation of dealing with fake fragrances. That's a company killer right there, and justifiably so. It looks like they're pretty responsive for it. If you have any other experience with it, again, feel free, mention down below. Personally, I haven't had a problem with them, but I have not purchased any high-end fragrances like Creeds or stuff like that. I prefer to kind of err on the other side, which is what I'm going to touch on the next point and the last point, which is use caution. Now, you always assume an amount of risk if you're going through a gray market company. You have to understand that. A lot of people like to ask the question, hey, is X company legit, because they want to be absolved of any responsibility for purchasing a possible fake fragrance. That's not going to happen. And if you came to this video so you could get that, sorry, it's not going to happen here. You always assume a risk of responsibility with it. Personally, I did not want to assume that responsibility for a lot of my creeds, so I went and I purchased them, retail from the Creed boutique or through Bergdorf Goodman or some other company basically that sells them. I'm able to, I have, my own friends who, some people work there and maybe got me a discount or something along those matters. But the point is, I preferred to know for sure that it was coming from Creed directly and purchase through them. That's not to say, I think there's one fragrance that I had that did come gray market, and I consider the one that I got from Walgreens gray market, just because I'm not sure how the heck Walgreens got it. But either way, I think it was a deal, and I ended up getting Green Irish Tweed from Walgreens, and it is a legit version of Green Irish Tweed. So, yeah, so always be aware and use caution basically when you're buying these fragrances. Again, FragranceNet, yes, it is legit, but there are things you want to kind of be careful for. You're also going to come across a old product, obviously, and items like that. So, and of course, you're also shipping stuff. So you do see sometimes where people will be like, well, the shipping container that I got, it's busted, and now the fragrance busted. Well, that's something that you assume with all risk when shipping. Nobody's perfect on that. You just never know. All right. So again, any experiences with it, feel free, leave your notes down below and help other people out. Let's get this all going. Yes, FragranceNet is legit. Couple caveats. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.